Trying to even get, we can't even go. We were supposed to go.
Let's everybody come on in.
And then we got our turn to
started.
look for packs and baseball. We had to run over to break.
Where are you gonna go?
We were gonna go to Seaside. Oh, but we're fun. Oh, it's here. Look. Oh. But yeah,
I don't need a microphone. I just hate yelling at people.
Whistler. Want me to whistle?
Be all right. All right. Hello, Kristen. All right, guys. So thank you all for being here today. First week in February. This is our fourth meeting of the year, and I want to thank you all for coming in person, number one, and number two, not being sick. So I'm glad that nobody's sick today, and everybody's over it. Somebody said they had the flu a couple of weeks ago, and were you?
I think a lot of people did.
Yeah, they're still shutting down schools, and East Texas is starting to shut down because it's still pretty out there. Anyway, so we're going to get started this morning. We're going to let Tami Hindman, the integrity title, is going to come in. She is one. Hindman, thank you. I'm sorry, I didn't.
With a Y.
know that. I was a long I. I apologize. So Tammy's here. Thank you for breakfast, Tami. You want to come on in?
Yeah.
Now, if you guys will be like in that vicinity right there, because the camera's in the back corner, and that way people in Mexico.
I know, I
can
saw
see
Tasha
you.
and Angela, I'm so jealous. Right here?
No, you're good. That's good, yeah.
That's
The
good.
camera's over here in the back corner, so you guys are perfectly centered right there.
Okay, perfect. Well, I'm Tami with Integrity Land Title. I am the marketing rep for my Decatur and Weatherford office. I live in Peaster. And Cassie is actually in our Fort Worth office, so I brought her here so that way we have different locations. So if y'all have any questions, and I know title companies are, the same, but I wanted to let you know about our title company. We strive for customer service. We work like you do. So, and Holly can vouch for us on that.
Okay.
If you have a question over the weekend, after hours, text me and call me. I can answer a question. If I don't get the question answered, I will definitely get it for you. We strive for our name integrity, and we just love working with everybody. And Decatur office, I want y'all to know, we live in Decatur. We're since having homes. I was talking to Jimmy, and because it's booming out there, And I'm sure y'all have your own title companies right now, but we work with all of them. I know all of them. We're like title sisters in Weatherford and Decatur too. I would just like to be your second option. So if you need anything, let me know. And I was going to show y'all these. We have our seller packets, and they are really good information. If y'all want to hand them through, and I kind of go over it. It has our mobile app, and it has like what, why, how, of title insurance, just something for your people. Because a lot of people don't know. Like if you have a new home buyer and they really don't know questions, to ask or anything to know about, hey, why do I need a title policy? You can answer that too. And then also who pays for what, go over the locations we have, why choose us, and real estate definitions like appraisal fee. It has all kinds of information. So I just wanted to leave that with y'all.
There's a really good one. I think it's in the seller pack. It's a questionnaire. So
Yes.
Sometimes it gets a little weird when you have to ask like kind of invasive questions like how many baby mamas do you have, or do you have a wife that's going to pop up in title, or so you can just be like, here you go. Let's go ahead and just fill this out so we don't have to get down to the nitty gritty and have a conversation about it. But I like that one.
Yeah,
It's really
that's true.
helpful.
And then if you have trust, you have to have all kinds of information, like if they have a will, has it been probated, questions like that, if they have airships, anything like that, we can answer for y'all. And I'm sure y'all came across with people that have deceased and, all that stuff. But we would love to answer any of your questions. Do y'all have any questions today?
So tell me about your offices again. Where do you have offices?
Oh, yes. We have an office in Weatherford,
Okay.
Decatur, Fort Worth, and our Fort Worth office is right past Trader Joe's on the left.
Okay,
It's upstairs on Hewlin.
On Hewlin?
On
Okay.
Hewlin Street. And then we have a satellite office in Roanoke.
Okay.
So we have 4 offices.
Y'all do mobile phones.
Yes, and so if somebody needs somebody, like if you have somebody that wants to close in Weatherford and can't get to one of our offices or Fort Worth or wherever, we'll go to them. We do not mind. We won't charge for that.
Very
We just
good.
wanted customer service to where it's smooth for you guys. And then that way your customers are excited and nothing goes wrong. Because your name's out there, our name's out there, and we don't want anything wrong. So,
Are these items on your website where we can download them and print them, or do we?
Yes.
Okay.
yes. And if they're not, they should be under the resources.
Okay.
And if they're not, if y'all need some more of these, Cassie can bring them by, some by herself, right? Because it's good for your customers when you're going out for listing agreements and all that. So anything else?
Your CD hours that are coming up.
I already told Danielle about it.
Yeah, and then you plan on coming.
Oh, good. Yeah. Our legal 1 and 2.
And contract ones, right?
Yes. And we have straight contract class. And if y'all need any like here, let us know. Cassie and me, we can get together. If you want to personalize, because I just did one in Decatur yesterday for a brokerage. We don't mind doing that either. If y'all can't come or something like that, just tell us. I mean, we want to help y'all out.
Yeah, we definitely want to bring value to each and every one of you, and we do that through education, CEs, texting us with whatever questions you have. A fun happy hour is always nice.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, definitely we want to bring you value. So just reach out to us anytime y'all need a class. We also do some really fun ones at Harley Davidson. We haven't done it in a while, but we were just talking about putting one on again. Those are usually pretty fun. But yeah, just let us know whatever you need. We're always here.
Jamie, would you make
We're
sure I
always
get
working.
Casey's email and cell phone?
Yeah,
I just our cards are there. Yes.
Well,
Yes.
send it to me because I'll be at home when I put all this together to send to them.
Yes.
So if you'll make sure that way I can put it in front of them.
Yes, and definitely another thing, I'm going to training for tomorrow for C class 4 doing murder mysteries. So we're trying to go outside of the box, trying to do C classes to make it more fun and not so boring, So, but anyway, just let us know anything y'all need. We are here for y'all. I mean, we will not disappoint, I promise. Because it's my name too out there and it's hers and it's our company. So y'all just let us know.
I do marketing for Fort Worth and also escrow. So I'm well-rounded. So if I'm here and you have a question, you can always ask me. Typically in Fort Worth, if you're closing there, I'm your first point of contact. I'm working up your files. So I'm not just here doing classes and bringing you breakfast. I'm in your deal. So I know what's going on. So anything you need.
Very good. Thank y'all for breakfast. Thank y'all for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for
Thank
coming.
you.
You
All of
too.
you.
Thank y'all so much. And y'all take everything.
Thank you.
Y'all
Appreciate
tie
it.
bags too for you.
Awesome. Again, let's say thanks to Jamie for bringing us breakfast.
Look at these two.
I am on the beach.
They look like the fake backgrounds that you used to get COVID.
We could do that on our office and
Yeah.
do something really cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, core value today. We reject the status quo and encourage innovation. And today, Ashley is going to help us with this innovation. So I want to thank Ashley for being here. Show is going to start in about 10 minutes after I get done with announcements. We hate complacency and are always looking for ways to do what we do better. Our team members are encouraged to think outside of the box and innovate. As a company, we pivot fast and often, always looking for ways to improve and find the better way. And I hope that you guys see us doing that from time to time. A lot of it's done in the background that you guys probably don't see, but we try to get things new to you as often as we can. And that's something that we're going to be talking about later today. Announcements is next. Before I get there, there's a new NAR requirement for agents, but it's simple to fix. It's not on here. So don't look at this. Look at me. Look at me. So you have to take the the home thing I forgot the name of it now. I just literally had it in my brain. At Home with Diversity training, you have to do that every 3 years now. But Trek contra. I should have put it in something else.
Super important. There's a thing we have to do every 3 years to figure it out. Yeah.
It's already taken
First
care of
one
if
that
you
comes
take
to us
legal
is-
one.
Okay, great.
If you take legal one, which all of us have to take legal one every 2 years, right? So it's already built into legal one. If you take legal one, you get this certification that goes to NAR that you have to do every 3 years. So I don't even know why they even made it mandatory. So that's why it's not in the slides, because it's duh. We're already doing it. Make sense? And I'll tell you what that is when I do my follow-up today, because I'll have the information and I apologize. Okay, next week we've got Sean coming with First United, and ReChat will be with us for some training on some of the new things that they've got going. Hope that you can join us for that. Have you seen the One Home AI search? Okay, so your clients can go into One Home, which is the back end of MLS, and they can search. You can upload a picture of like a house that you like, and then search the MLS using that house as a pattern. You can put in a room that you love. Like if you see a 6th Ave room, like our speakeasy, you could put that in as a search criteria, and it will search the MLS and pull up other listings that have rooms like that. Super cool. It's on your start dash on Matrix, but it's on a One Home AI, so that's new. Omni MLS integration. So you haven't heard of Omni MLS. It's the Latin America MLS, and we are going to integrate with them, so you'll be able to look at beach houses in Mexico. So that actually starts today. So they're integrating that. I don't know how well that integration is going to go. I know we talked last week about us having FMLS, which is in Atlanta. I don't know the benefit of that yet, but we still have access to it. So they're going to be putting up on the MLS for integration with Latin America. Couple of announcements. On the 14th, Highland Homes is having a Sweetheart Inventory Tour. So they've got some of their inventory that they want to show. They're giving away prizes at every single house they do. It's a real big deal. I'm going to put these QR codes into your follow-up today so you can click and see what that inventory looks like, and there's a sign up there as well. So that'll be in your follow-up in Slack today. On the 19th, Jamie Ice is going to come and stay with us for about 45 minutes to an hour, and he's going to be talking about AI and the way he's using AI with storytelling. He wanted to do this class specifically for you guys, so we scheduled it, and so he'll be here on the 19th. Also on the 19th, headshots. If you want new headshots, please sign up. We've got about 6 slots left. Sorry. A lot of S's.
Will there also be shots?
Huh?
Will there also be shots for your signed up time slot?
Yes, you get a shot for your slot for the sign up on the 19th. We're going to do it at the living room on College Avenue. So like I said, we've got 6 slots open. So please sign up for those if you would like to get new headshots. Even if you just did them recently, but you changed your look, that's okay. We can do them again. So there's 6 positions available. Thank you. On the 26th, Kristen will be here, and Kristen and Jimmy have been working very hard in the background on a reach out campaign that we will put up like a template, and you'll be able to copy that template into reach out and have automated emails that can go out. So Kristen is working very hard on that. Thank you, Kristen, for working on that. We appreciate you. But that's what's coming up there.
Brian, would it be beneficial to reach out to maybe Greater Fort Worth MLS and ask them to do like a class on some of the changes for like search criteria, maybe something that can help us with these new benefits? Because I know that they'll come over to our office and do a class.
They can.
Is that something that you've ever done? Or?
I haven't done it. I actually had talked to Sean Buck, who's the incoming president for next year, Greater Fort Worth. He's going to be coming to our office this summer.
Okay.
But most of the training that they're doing, you can do through the GFR Academy, and you can do it online. As a matter of fact, I wanted to show you guys this video, if it's going to let me get there. This is the One Home AI.
Hi, everybody. My name is Dave Marsh. I'd like to welcome you to this. Analyzes the images in the map shape tool. Properties in my price range.
Oh, you can't see it.
With a minimum of 2 bedrooms.
Pause. Oh, you can't see it. Okay, it's going, right?
And finally, because I have a very specific style in mind, I'm going to upload some reference images that represent the exact type of property that I'm looking for. And I can do this either by dragging and dropping them from a desktop folder or by selecting my images from the file manager. And for anyone using the mobile version of One Home, you have the option of either selecting your images from an existing gallery or capturing your photos in real time. But regardless of which method I choose, you'll notice that when I do this, not only can my images represent the exterior look of a property, but they can reflect my interior preferences as well. All right, so let's go ahead and apply my selections. And again, while they're being uploaded, each of these images are being analyzed, identifying their key features and any unique characteristics. And you'll notice that the results perfectly capture the attributes of my original exterior photo. And we can verify the similarity not only by viewing a listing's details, but also by browsing its photos, which when compared to our reference images, match their key features with incredible accuracy. All right, well, this concludes this one home tutorial. I'd like to thank you for watching and hope that you can join me for another.
I just wanted you guys to see that. Is that not nuts?
It's nuts.
It's kind of
But can they add like a,
Can
what
I
they need
also-
to add to MLS is where you have like, if the property has like a guest house or.
Yeah,
I think there is.
Okay, so if you,
Oh,
it's an ADU.
and also you could walk outside the back of the house and take a picture with the one home with your camera and then upload that, and it would pull houses that have exterior.
The problem is
Buildings.
too, you're also assuming at that point that the agent that input the
Yeah.
data
Right.
did it correctly.
Right.
Because I can't tell you how many times I searched for a property without a pool or with a pool.
Another.
and-
Hi, everybody. My name is Dave Marsh. I'd like to welcome you to this one home tutorial. And
They're putting a pool.
A community
Okay,
pool.
yeah.
That doesn't
Yeah.
count.
I had a listing once that said they had a pool. When we went to the house, there was no pool. I was like, I'm so confused. And then they had no community pool. She goes, well, there's room for a pool. I went,
That's not.
Oh,
Also, I
I was like,
Are
well,
you
there's
paying?
room for a shed. There's
was
not
at a
one here.
house in Louisville last week, and at the Google, on my Google Maps, I could see the pool in the backyard. I
Oh.
walked out and they had covered it up. They
Y'all,
filled it
that's
in.
happening a lot. I've had 4 people do that. And just so you know, one of my buyers or one of my potential listings I'm going to tomorrow said, I don't have to disclose that I filled it in, do I?
Yes,
I go,
you
we
do.
disclose everything.
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 You don't have to.
And he goes, well, I did it the right way. And I've talked to so many pool people and they're like, it depends on the city,
Mhm.
on which way you do it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was like,
Anytime I
okay,
see that, that's a huge.
yeah, huge red flag. Yeah.
Okay, let me get through this stuff because I want to get Ashley plenty of time today. So new home sales rose in December. That's new home sales rose in December for the second month in a row, which that's good. We need to be watching the builders for how we're doing our listings and watching what kind of incentives they're offering. Median sales price is 7.2% below October 2022 peak, thanks to more lower priced homes, which we're also seeing smaller homes from the builders. I think we're all seeing that. Pending home sales slipped in December, but the National Association of Realtors notes after 4 straight months of gains in contract signing, 1 step back. It's not entirely surprising. Economic data never moves in a straight line. Home prices booked moderate gains in November. They were up 3.8% from a year ago. The FHFA index of prices for houses was up 4.2% from a year ago. Eventful last week. I don't know if you guys saw what was going on with DeepSeek, the AI from China, and it made Nvidia's stock just went on Monday, and it caused the stock market a really, really bad day. And I called Michael, my financial guy, and I said, hey, how much money did I lose today? And he said, don't worry about it. We needed this. I'm buying other things. So he said, we need 3 or 4 of these this year to set us up for the entire year. So it's a good thing that we have little corrections like that. So I was very pleased to hear that because I didn't like the day at all. Only the blue chip Dow eked out a gain last week. The Fed didn't cut rates, but we don't expect them to. And I'll show you that in just a second. Business spending was up in December, 2 months in a row. Consumer spending is the strongest since the start of 2023, and the low level of initial jobless claims is a good sign for growth prospects. The rate was down slightly last week, and I'll show you those numbers in just a second. Construction spending, consumer sentiment, and jobs are all coming out this week. We're still watching the Bankers Association on mortgage applications, but I don't know about y'all, but I've seen business pick up for me personally. Put one of my houses finally after 7 months in the contract. So I think it's good that we're seeing some things picking up a little bit. Here's the Federal Reserve Watch. I actually am including, if you can't see, I need to remember that for next week. Down here underneath, well, I can't move it in this slide. In June, they're saying that there's a 62% chance that we'll get a little bit of a rate break from the Fed. Again, that doesn't direct us directly, but indirectly, it's good for us. But they're even in May, there's a 48% chance that they're going to drop rates in May. So we'll see. But it's the news that you need to be spreading right now is rates are stable. We're moving ahead. Now is the time to buy before the spring rush happens, before the selling season begins. Now is the time that you have the opportunity to buy. That's the message that needs to be getting out. So Denise Donahue did not send me numbers last week, but they did this week. They're at 7.05, which that's exactly where Ryan is. And I want to brag on Tasha's brother, Ryan. He closed a deal for me yesterday. He's closing one tomorrow. Did a fantastic job.
The communication is amazing.
It's amazing. Yeah.
You don't have to ask questions. You always know where he's at.
Yeah. So I want to give Ryan props there. He did a great job. And then you can see some of the independent lenders, their numbers a little bit lower, but I think they're buying down some rate there. But they've got them as low as 6.3, which that's 7.7 lower. But I think that's because they're buying down some rates there from Petra Home Lending. So if you've got a client that's borderline, check some of the smaller vendors too, just to see where they're at. Okay, business tip of the week. It takes energy to ramp up sales, learn something new, or head in a new direction. But a kickstart doesn't happen unless you give it the gas. Just remember, you won't have to sustain that output level forever. Things will get back to normal after you power through the launch. Did you know the Mortgage Bankers Association reports that in December, purchase mortgage applications for new homes were up nearly 9% year over year for new homes, new construction, as first-time home buyers remain active in the new home segment because incentives are better on new homes. Builders are offering lower interest rates. More buyers can afford it. Plus, the houses are getting smaller, so it's kind of a win-win. It's a perfect time for first-time home buyers to be looking at those builders. I had an agent send me the offer on my house this week and totally did the contract wrong. So I sent her this cheat sheet and she goes, "Thank you for that. Can I share that with my brokerage?" I said, "Absolutely, you can share that with your brokerage." But this helped her immensely. So the cheat sheet is still in the broker channel on Slack, and it's also at the bottom of the new TXR forms, which I've changed from new TAR forms to TXR because they changed the way the forms say. So now it's new TXR forms, but this compensation cheat sheet is at the bottom of the new TAR form, text TXR forms.
Maybe when you send your offers over, you just send that with it.
Yeah, no kidding. Here's the cheat sheet.
Send it back that you
Okay,
understand.
ladies and gentlemen, this is Ashley, and you just called. I'm sorry.
You know, I've had the flu a couple weeks ago.
Oh, I
All
understand.
going around.
If you don't mind, I'll pass out. If you'll stand over there, and so the people on the screen can see.
Right here.
Yep, that's perfect.
Hi, everyone. I'm Ashley Peterson, and I'm going to be talking today about Google Business Profiles. So I know some of you already have one. Some of you need help knowing how to utilize it better. Some of you don't have one, so we're going to kind of cover all of that. A little bit about myself. I started out as a photographer 16 years ago, and that led me into marketing for small businesses. I've been doing marketing for small businesses for about 12 years. I currently contract with a local marketing agency in Decatur, and I run all their ads. And then I also have a full service agency of my own called Christian Creative Marketing. I do a lot of contractor supply, SEO, website development, and ads. It's kind of what we do. SEO, for anyone who doesn't know, stands for Search Engine Optimization, which just means getting found on Google. So we're going to be talking about that today, talking about getting found on Google. So before we jump into the Google Business Profile, I want to show you the why behind it. Are you able to Google something for me?
Absolutely.
Okay. Can you just go to Google and type in real estate agent near me? We're going to see what comes up.
Oh.
So I want you guys to think like really good marketers, which I think real estate agents are their own version of amazing marketers. They think about things like their clients would think about. So I want you guys to think about your typical client. They need a real estate agent. What do? They'll probably go for that reference, right? That personal referral, which is why when you're on social media or you're doing your email campaigns with WeChat, that kind of thing, you're staying top of mind for people. But the second way people are going to do is they're going to look at Google. And so we're going to talk really about Google a lot today and what people like. So, could you click this back button here, right there? Yep. Okay, perfect. We're on DuckDuckGo. Do you have Google as a browser? Instead, you're on.
This is Chrome. Well, this is DuckDuckGo.
Do you have can you Google it instead of DuckDuckGo it?
I think so.
I know a lot of people like DuckDuckGo, but Google is where most people are gonna go, so I just want to show you kind of what comes up when someone's gonna Google it.
Let me see if I can, I'm not sure how to switch over
Can
now.
you DuckDuckGo search Google?
Okay, there's Google.com.
Yeah.
You just go to Google.com.
Okay, go to Google.
Yeah,
Oh, there we go.
perfect. Okay, real estate agent near me.
Good old Chad.
Awesome, thank you. Okay, perfect. Perfect, okay. So what we see on this, the very first thing we're gonna see on the top is called Google Screen. It's also known as Google Guaranteed or Google Local Service Ads. So it kind of goes by a lot of different names. I really like the Google Local Service Ads because essentially you only pay for a phone call if you get someone that is actually looking for your services. If you have someone who's just kind of fishing around and they're not ready to like meet with you, you can submit that phone call back to Google and you get reimbursed for it, or sometimes not charged in the beginning. So I really like these. Another great feature about the Google Local Service Ads is that they have your reviews right there. Reviews are huge because we're in a time where AI is a big thing. A lot of people trust what they see online way less than they used to. So people are relying upon reviews and things that appear authentic on the internet way more than they ever have before. So reviews are really important. These reviews you see right here next to these real estate agents, those reviews for their Google Local Service Ads is connected to their Google Business Profile. So if you have a Google Business Profile, this is something you can set up for free. You don't have to pay anyone to manage it. You can get reviews for free. And then if you ever want to run ads, those reviews that you've gotten, those are going to show up on your ad right here. So that's really a benefit of that. And then if you can scroll down a little bit further, next we see sponsored. These are Google AdWords, which is kind of just like a regular Google ad, and it's pay-per-click. So you pay basically every time someone clicks on it. And then next we're going to see, this is, some people call it the map pack. It's basically the top three Google Business Profile. So that's what we're talking about today, is this right here. So Google's, their information has told us that about 70% of the clicks that come from a Google search go to these top three. So this is your highest ranking real estate basically on a Google search page. The reason that these are showing up is because Google knows where we're at right now. And they're showing us top results within proximity. So proximity is the number one reason why they're going to show up for you rather than someone else's. And then also the reviews. The reviews are really huge. And then we'll talk about some hacks that we can help to get it up a little further. So the top three are going to show up right here. If you click more businesses, then we're going to see like 20 more. If you scroll down, these are ads right there. But if you scroll down, you're going to see a whole bunch more. And so we might even see 6,000 homes. There, Brian. There you go. What? Brian's right there. So Brian, if we could get you to the top three and people didn't have to click show
I
more
want people calling me. I've been calling them.
Okay. Perfect. Can you just click back out of this? Yeah, the back button, and scroll down a little bit more. I just wanted to show you what happens after. After this, now we're going to get organic search results from websites, which these are really big websites, right? Realtor.com, Zillow.com, Yelp. These are all, this is a local, that's interesting. But usually right here for real estate agents is highly, highly competitive. So a lot of these companies they're paying someone to do SEO work on their website in the back end, and this is why they're showing up on that page. So that's kind of like the background of what happens on Google. So we're going to jump in with the Google Business Profile. This is a step-by-step guide. So if you have never done one before, you can follow step-by-step through this whole thing. If you started one, but you're struggling at the verification step, we can definitely talk about that because I've worked with a lot of, I know Holly has, Holly and I have talked about this. So we're going to talk about verification. And then some of you already have one, so I'm just going to give you some tips of what you can do to get that thing shown a lot better. So I don't want to go through this entire, every single micro step because not every one of you are going to need it, but this will be in your recap. And then you all have these as well. So, but the biggest thing I wanted to talk about here is in step 3, you've got a local business type. So there's 2 ways you can do it. You can do it as a service-based business or like an actual physical location. So that it's in the setup when you're doing the setup. If you do an actual physical location, it will put a pin on the map. So it'll show exactly where you are. You'll need to get a little video that's going to verify like the street sign and the sign in on your, whatever your location is. We'll have to do a couple steps. The second way to do it is basically use your home address, or you can use a virtual office if you don't want to use your home address. Your home address will not show up in public on your Google Business profile, but you do need an actual physical address of some kind in order to have a Google Business profile. You cannot have one without it. So if you use your home address, what you'll do is it'll get hidden, and then you'll set your service area. So you'll basically say, I service these areas. You just put cities in, you can use counties if you want. Google's guideline says no more than 2 miles, or not 2 miles, sorry, 2 hours. So 2 hours is basically like the maximum, but in reality, your Google Business profile is probably going to be shown in about a 30-mile radius. That's where it's probably going to be shown up. The further out you go from that, the less relevance you have as far as proximity. Other people are just going to show up. That's kind of how the game with Google Business works. So I recommend, even if you're with 6th Avenue Homes, I recommend not using like this physical location for a couple of reasons. Number one, you're going to have a hard time getting it verified because Google only wants one business at one location. So if this office had like a Suite A, Suite B, and you actually had like that, you could show up with post office like with that actual address, you probably could have multiple people at this location. But if you don't have that, you're only going to get to have one. Google's just not going to like it.
Did that change, or like, 'cause Brian, do you have this one as your address? So do I. Do I need to change one? I would.
I think if, as long as you're verified, that's fine. I think I could go either way on that.
Okay.
So to answer that question, I would more ask, are you wanting to get shown in the 30-mile radius of right here? Or where do you want to get shown?
Yeah, I mean,
You know, so if you wanted to get shown, you know, maybe more like in Tarrant County, then I would maybe not use this address, and you can switch. You can go in and change it after the fact, but the hardest part about it is the verification.
okay, so if it's already done.
So if you're already verified and if they haven't given you any issues with it, I think it's okay to leave it alone.
Either
Yeah, it's not gonna
Your home
like it.
address.
Do your home address, yeah, and so then, if you do your home address, then you'll be able to say where you want to work, essentially, and it'll show up in those areas. So when you use your home address, to verify, you're gonna have to do a video. They used to do like some postcards. They pretty much always just, I think I work on about 20 Google Business profile accounts right now, and I haven't had anyone not need a video verification. Like that's just what they're doing now. So the video verification, you'll need to log into your Google account on your browser on your phone, and then you can just Google. You can either get the Google app and find your Google Business profile through the app, or you can just literally get on your browser on your phone, Google search. As long as you're logged in, you can Google search your Google Business profile once you've started the setup process, and then they'll have a little button that will say Start Video Verification. So you'll need to do that all from your phone because you're going to have to record it. You can't do it from your computer. So once you've got the first couple steps done of this, you've got it, you've begun the registration process. It's going to get stuck in verification until you do the video. I think that's where yours is at right now.
Well, it's also because I'm trying to use this as my location and it's not working.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yes.
Yeah. So you just go back and change some settings, put your address in there, and then you'll be at the video verification. So when you're ready to do this is a simple 1 to 2 minute video. It has to be over 60 seconds and under 120 seconds. It's very specific. They don't want you to talk in it, and they don't want to see your face. So it's not like you doing a video of where I live and all this thing. It's just basically they want to see your street sign, and they're going to want to see a business card, and then you using some tools of the trade. So that might be just your laptop, and you've got maybe MLS pulled up. So that would be a very simple way. Street sign, your business card with your name on it, and then MLS. Make sure it's 60 seconds. Send it. You should be great to go with that. So all those steps are written in here. If you guys need help with that. Okay, now we're going to talk about kind of setting it up and optimizing it the right way so that it does what you want it to and brings in more people. So adding services, sometimes people go crazy adding services. Google doesn't really like this. It's best to stick to the main 1 to 3 services that you offer. because you really want to just get shown for that service. If you overcrowd it, it's like, it's going to dilute it. It's not going to get seen as well. And then your business hours, please don't put 24 hours a day unless you want phone calls in the middle of the day. Unless you're actually like answering your phone at any time, you need to put real business hours in there. Google will show your profile a lot more when your business hours are open. When your business hours are closed, it's going to show your profile a lot less. So it does use those hours in how it decides to show that profile. So if you want to receive phone calls from people interested, like into the evening, you can put your evening hours. You just want to make sure that you're answering your phone. And then if you have business hours posted on the website, you also need to make sure that those match in both places. And then your business description, I gave you a little cheat sheet here, but you basically want to talk about your customer's main pain point, how you can help them solve it, what sets you apart. Just it's kind of a nice little just paragraph about you and your business. So those are some good ways to do it. I definitely encourage you to try Gemini or ChatGPT. If you need help writing that. I really like using Gemini a lot for AI assisted writing when I'm working on Google Business Profiles, because Gemini is owned by Google. And so often it kind of knows what it wants. And then make sure you add photos. Google says that profiles with photos get 42% more requests for directions than those that don't. So add photos. This can mean past listings. Like, it doesn't have to be your current listings. Photos of you, headshots of you. Those are all good things to add in there. And then if you have, I didn't put this on the sheet, but if you have social media profiles, also connect those. And then the last part is kind of how can you get your profile seen by more people? So one thing you can do, if you are posting on social media, make it a habit to take whatever post you're putting on social media and adding it as an update on your Google Business Profile. If you look at the Google Business Profile, once you have it all verified, you scroll down, there's going to be a little button that says add an update. And so I like to add weekly updates to all my Google Business Profiles. I like to put keywords in there, like real estate agent, maybe the county, maybe the city. So a lot of location and real estate agent, those kind of words, you want to naturally work those into the description and then put a picture. Picture or a video can work. And so those are going to help your profile get seen by more people. That's a really good way to do it. And then you also want reviews. Reviews are huge. And the secret about reviews is that everyone genuinely, probably like 99% of your clients probably love you. You ask them for a review, they're not going to give a review. It's just because they're busy. It's not that they don't like you. The people get really busy. They don't respond even if you ask personally. So you can definitely ask people personally for a review, and you'll get some that way. The most effective way I have ever found to help get reviews is to essentially do a raffle giveaway. You cannot pay someone for the review. You can't get that something in direct exchange, but I like to do like a campaign where I'll take a bunch of the clients and kind of their database of people. I'll do a text campaign. We'll ask for a review. And then at the end of the month, we're going to do a drawing for maybe like a $200 Visa gift card, or maybe a gift card to that store that's somewhere, the kind of client that I'm working with. That's been super, super effective to get a lot of people going, oh, you know, Visa gift card. They're like, they'll leave you a review. So if you're just getting started and you're needing to get those reviews up and you don't have any or you don't have very many, I would definitely recommend doing that. You can just text people on your Google Business Profile. You can get a link. It'll say get more reviews, and you just click on it. It'll give you a direct link to your Google Business Profile reviews. So you can use that link and text it to people. So that way, all they have to do is touch it. It takes them right to where they can leave a review. So the reviews are really important. And then when you get reviews, you want to respond to them. So I try to respond weekly to the reviews. You can use Gemini if you're just brain dead and you don't know what to say. You can put the review in and ask it for feedback or what to say. So there's some really good tricks. And then another thing I did put on like a next level hack that I think Holly has something cool that she was telling me about, is Google really likes it whenever you're listed in multiple places. They're called citations. So if you're on Yelp, if you're on the Yellow Pages, if any sort of directory website, even if no one uses it anymore, if you can list yourself on there, Google will recognize it and they'll rank your profile higher. So how does tell me about a tool that helps with reviews for real estate
Rate My
agents?
Agent.
Great. Would you tell us about it?
Yeah, so it's just another forum and if you, I don't know of all the paid services, but I think the free service, it will link to Google and
I thought that was just agent to agent. That's what I thought that was.
and you can do agent to agent, but you also can do, like, I have a bunch of my client reviews on there. But anyways, I think the next level up, I think it's like $30 a month, I cannot remember, don't quote me on that. It will link to all kinds of other platforms. So like it will link to Zillow, I don't know about Zillow. Zillow wasn't listed, but it will link to all kinds. So if you like just send them the Rate My Agent, it will also go to Google. It'll go to different platforms. So it's one location for review, and then it goes to all these other ones for the paid service.
From like a SEO perspective, that's pretty amazing. Yeah, like, that's really nice. And then something Holly brought up is Rate My Agent. It's okay to have other agents leave you a review.
Yes, yeah.
It's okay to have title companies leave you a review. Anyone that you work with in a professional capacity can leave you a review. So it doesn't have to be your clients. Clients are great, but you're just trying to get volume up in the beginning. Anyone you can ask is great. Anyone has a Google account, they can leave a review.
And do you think it's okay, not directly on Google, like it's coming from Rate My Agent to like syndicate it to Google?
As
Do you think
long
that's
as
wrong?
it's getting posted to Google, I think that's fine. Okay. Yeah, I think that's totally fine.
Something I learned in another Google class a while ago was when you're setting up your profile, if you go through the Q&A feature, you can, if you set that up, just go in there and you can be the one to ask the question. And then you be the one to also answer the question, because then it shows that you're using your Google profile and that, so, I mean, I don't know why they're not showing up, so I have to go look, because I did it when I was with the other brokerage, but, you know, like, why do I need a real estate agent? Just type in a simple question like that and then answer the question. And if you have like 5 to 10 question and answers on your Google profile, because people will then go and read that if they get to your profile. So
I love that. Yeah, great.
So, when I've set mine up also, I think part of the reason that I probably don't do as well on posting on Google is because they do want, or at least I thought, you attach these keywords. So I have a huge list, like a note of all these keywords that I would attach to a photo. So before I put that photo, like if you just put the photo in Google and don't tag it with location, is there something that's changed with that?
So I know what you're asking.
Like you tag it with keywords and then you kind of zoom it. You get like so many for free through Google, and you zoom into kind of your area and where your pin is, right? Where you predominantly work. And then you geotagging. You geotag your photo, save your photo, and then upload the geotagged photo.
Yeah, that's like what we call like a gray hat SEO, which is basically like these little like secret hacks trying to game the system sort of kind of thing. So where that's coming from is that Google really likes it. Let's say if you have a restaurant and someone goes to that restaurant and they take a picture and they upload the photo. They really like it when your clients are uploading the photos that show that they're in a certain geographical, exactly like you were saying, geographical location. Because a lot of times that when you take a picture, that information is already on the picture with your phone. And so that's kind of where that came from. I've never heard of someone doing it for their own. And I think it could be beneficial, but
that's what I mean,
I wouldn't put a lot of effort into it. If
it's a lot of effort.
If it's stopping you from posting, it's not doing you any good.
Right.
I would just say post the picture, you know. And then when you're doing an update, there's a place to do an update. That you have a description. In that description is where you're going to put your keywords. But you want it conversational. You don't need to use hashtags. You don't need to have a list of keywords. So just conversational. It's a little update. It's a picture that goes weekly or as often as you're posting on social media. You can do that. It would be really great. And then whatever photos you put in your update, you can also upload that to the profile itself. There's 2 places you can add photos. So one's the profile itself, one's the update, adding pictures in both of those places and stuff.
So with the updates, like you said, anytime you post something on Facebook, post it as an update also. What is an example? Like, what do you mean? Like if we have a
Update is like a-
listing
An
or,
update is like almost like a post.
right, like a MySpace post used to be where it would like, it's just
And
like
then you also
one
do
picture.
Nice
and
space.
Or that was like Zanga and it's like halfway of the law and it would have one.
Oh, I know
picture.
exactly what you're talking about.
So like list reports or whatever, if you use that, so
Yeah.
those are things you can schedule. That's why I tried to like once a week do like all of my Google like updates. Anything that's not, that if I'm out in the wild, take a picture, then it's tagged and it's done. And I'm not good at that either. But the stuff that I'm scheduling, it was like go through the effort of geotagging it, uploading the correct photos so that it gets all of that Google juice, I
Right.
guess, that you're looking
Do you
for.
feel like that's been beneficial?
Well, I'm not consistent with it. I'm more consistent with the things I'm more comfortable with and I'm faster
Yeah.
on. But I felt like at some point maybe that would go away and you wouldn't have to do it because I do feel like it's more difficult.
I don't
It's not
think you
good to
have
me.
to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, to really get that. I mean, honestly, if you put that effort into getting reviews, that would help you more.
Yeah.
So reviews
So
go a very long way.
yeah. So I'll send like after closings, I'll ask for those reviews pretty much quickly,
That's great.
especially if it's a good review or like after our client appreciation because they love you and a lot of people want different things. You're like, hey,
Yeah.
since you're in this loving mode, love on
That's
me.
brilliant.
Right. So
Yeah.
I mean, now some people do it on Facebook, some people do it on Google, some people
Mhm.
do it on Rate My Agent. So it's nice to know that Rate My Agent will like throw it out everywhere because you can't get it everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a really cool feature for sure.
Yeah.
Have they come up with a way to get rid of negative Google reviews?
This is a great question. So, if you can report the review. So if you get a negative review, you can report it. If you respond to it, you can't report it. So once it's been responded to, it cannot be reported. So, and your ability to get it, like whether or not Google is going to say yes, it's basically doing a spam review. So it's like if it's a spam and they're saying, hey, check out this Bitcoin, like it's that kind of stuff that Google is gonna review. But if it's a legitimate client who's unhappy and they leave a negative review, you can always report it, and I would try, but it doesn't mean it's going to get taken down. And don't be surprised also if you have companies that come to you in your email and say, I've seen you have X number of negative reviews, I can erase them for you. That's like not following Google's best practices and can get your whole Google business profile taken out with some of the things that they do. So I would just say that every business, if you've been in business long enough, they're going to have some negative reviews, and that's okay. So as long as you respond to it in a good way, a positive way, and also you're getting new positive reviews, that's what really matters. So
Kind of push that down to the bottom.
yes, exactly. Yeah.
So I'm just on Rate My Agent, this is a Team Pro, so I don't really know what the difference is, but it's $33 a month. Well, it says plus $20 an agent, I don't know, but it said it will go to Zillow, Yelp, Facebook, or you can share them through there, share reviews on Google. There's all kinds of SEO stuff on there, social media stuff. I don't know, there's a bunch of stuff on there. And the next one up, there's even more that you can do. So that's for Rate My Agent.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's something worth looking into.
You also want to be careful when, like, I've done this in the past where I've gone and I've asked like my vendors to, I'll say, hey, I'm getting ready to, go leave you a review. Could you please reciprocate? But you want to be careful not to do too many at once.
Right.
Because that will negatively affect you. So I was told like,
Yeah.
you don't want to do more, try and get more than 10 a week, but I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah, they do have spam like algorithm that if you have too many all at once, or they even look at the profile because you can go on and like on Fiverr purchase reviews,
Right.
but they're basically someone who's made a bunch of Google accounts and their fake accounts, and they'll go leave a bunch of reviews. So those get flagged, and then it'll just make them disappear, or they will just close the whole Google business profile. So I have just found though that it's been really difficult to get 10 in a week for clients because people are pretty slow to leave reviews. So I've been able to send out campaigns to, I did one business that was like 1,000 people. And I want to say they probably got maybe 20 reviews over the course of a month. It just wasn't really the volume that was high enough to get it flagged.
So that is something you do need to be cautious of, but I think it's more to the point where you're purchasing them from someone who probably lives in another country and they're posting them like in quick succession. Did you have any more questions?
I had a question about the services. So I think you said do just like 1 to 3. Sorry, I was trying to clean mine up. Do you recommend like, so I have like fire agent services? And I don't know if Brian, this is something you can chime in on. Are we allowed to say like, because it's like, it asks for a description, it asks for a price. Like, are we able to say 3% or what? Like, are we able to, you know what I mean?
It's not connected to MLS in any way. It would be-
It's not, but I wouldn't probably put that out there personally because it's gonna vary.
I mean, some people, we had this conversation a couple weeks ago and some people would say that it does not vary. If you're a buyer's agent, your fee is your fee.
Mhm.
Um,
I think it would be up to you. I mean,
Okay.
I don't think that that's something Trek's gonna get involved in.
okay, do you know if there's any value in, like, if I have my services, putting the fee possibly, or putting negotiable, or add a description?
So how I've done it before is you have your main services that are kind of listed on the top of the profile. If you have extra things you're wanting to add, you can add those as products.
Okay,
So that's a good place. If you're wanting to add a bunch more stuff, add it as a product. You can put a price in place for a price within the products, upload a picture. That's a good way. That definitely helps the algorithm. And I think it's just up to you on whether or not you want to put that there. But I personally feel just as a kind of sales and marketing is I don't love to put prices on things. So I love to have a conversation with somebody. And I feel like the conversations are what leads to the sales. So sometimes if you put your price on there, you can have someone who's just like price shopping and or what rules you out, doesn't get to understand what makes you special and why they want to work with you.
Can I ask, can you quickly touch on the performance?
Yes, that's
Because
a
I
great
get
question.
really excited whenever something happens and I'm like,
I-
what do I need to do more of?
I love that.
Okay.
So, and I should have talked about that. So thank you for bringing that up. So you will get an email from Google every month with your Google business profile performance. It's usually around the first week of the month. So it's just fun to see. So you can see how many profile interactions you've had. You can see how many phone calls you've had from your Google business profile. That to me, that's like the money number, is how many phone calls. You can see how many clicks to your website. If you have your own website, definitely link it. If you don't, just link 6 Avenue Homes, that's fine. But you'll see how many clicks happen from that. And so I really like to look at those analytics. I share them with, and I when you look at them, you can look at this month, but then you can also look at like this month compared to last year, this month. If you've had a Google business profile that long, you could also look like 1 month compared to the previous month. You could look at quarters. So it's just real easy. It's just right at the top to look at those analytics. And then as far as like what makes it do better, part of it is just it's interesting because I do a lot of Google business profiles. I do have some real estate agents. I have the title company that came there, one of the ones I work on. And so you kind of see like across the board that when the market is slow, everybody's kind of slow. So it's interesting seeing that across a lot of different kind of businesses. That's a big part of it. It's just the seasonality of it is what you're going to see, the ups and downs. But definitely anytime I have someone that gets new reviews that month, they always experience a boost. So the new reviews are like gold. That and just, and that's all I can say is do your updates, do your pictures, get your reviews, and then the rest will just come. It's just variable.
How many I'm going to miss this. How many posts do you think a week is like at a bare minimum?
1 a week.
One a week, yeah, at bare minimum.
That would be
Okay, so
great.
that's doable.
If you can do 1 a week, I'm super happy about that. If
Okay.
some people do like 2 or 3 a week, if you want to do that and you can be consistent, go for it. But don't
Okay.
feel like that's a must. It's all about do what you can do consistently.
Okay, I mean, 1 a week is doable. Yeah, schedule it.
Yes.
Okay,
Time block.
thank you. Brian with an eye.
what about, so like, once you set up your Google My Business page or whatever, there's the ad credit.
Mhm.
Do you ever recommend, Cause I think I have like a 5 that says that if you spend, they'll
Right.
match it. Do you think there's value in that or not really?
Yeah, there's definitely value in running ads. That is given to everybody in the
Yeah.
beginning. So that's just,
I just never used it.
that's just Google's, like, their business
Yeah.
plan. I do like the Google local service ads a lot, and then Google AdWords. Google AdWords are much more difficult to run. They take a lot more, there's just a lot more that goes on. Whereas like the Google local service ads is significantly easier. I do run Google local service ad things, accounts for people because they can take a lot of management because you have to listen to every phone call and rate it and submit it back to Google. But as far as like, if anyone is tech savvy, they're like a DIYer, I would say try a Google local service ad. You will have to like upload your real estate license. You'll have to do a background check in order to get the Google local service ad. I think you have to, if you have insurance, you have to say that you have insurance. It's this whole checklist of things that you have to do in order to be one of their Google guaranteed people. So if you want to try it, go for it. I'm sorry, excuse me. I do offer those services if anybody needs help doing it. I'm happy to help with that. But I also hope that you guys can take something actionable away from this that you can implement in your business today, even without my help. But I'm here if anybody wants it. And then kind of the last thing that I wrote here was just this Facebook ad script. So I have used this with the real estate agent indicator before. And this is essentially, so kind of going back to the beginning of our conversation where we were talking about what do people, if someone is looking to buy or sell a house, what are they going to do? Most of them are going to get a personal reference or they're going to Google it. But staying top of mind is kind of this marketing buzzword, but that's what your email does. That's what your social media does. It's getting you out there. People may not be ready right then, but if they've heard about you for months and they keep seeing your stuff pop up, they know that you're serious about what you're doing. And so when they are ready, they're going to reach out to you. So that's where that social media piece is really helpful. So you can boost that more if you would like to through Facebook ads. If you look at your Facebook business page, you probably notice there's, in comparison to how many followers you probably have a very, very small percentage of people that are interacting with your content. So if any of you have done that. So this is all industries and it's Facebook's, it's essentially their business model because they want people to spend money advertising with them. And so therefore they're not showing your account to very many people. So Facebook ads is a good way to do it. Facebook ads is pretty inexpensive to run. You can run like a $5 a day ad or a $10 a day ad and pretty much reach, I would say, like a 20-mile radius. It just depends on how like densely populated it is. But if you're running a Facebook ad, you can target exactly which city you want and exactly which radius you want within that city. So you can get very dialed in and specific. So this is a script you guys can read through it. But something very fancy is there's something called a Facebook ad library. You can Google it, Facebook ad library, and then in it you can search real estate agent. And what you see is basically every Facebook ad that all the other real estate agents out there are running. So it's a really cool way to kind of spy on your competition. And this is something I do when I'm trying to get some good ideas for ad creatives. And the idea is that the older the ad is, and if you see a lot like it, you know they're very successful. Because no one's going to run an ad for like 6 months if they're not getting phone calls from it. You know, I mean, some people will, but most people are not going to do that. So this is a script I took off of an ad I found that quite a few people had run. I think I found like maybe 20 of them. People have been running for like years in Facebook, which is a crazy long time to run an ad. But this is just keeping you top of mind. It's allowing you to basically pay Facebook to make sure that what you're putting out there is getting seen by people.
Does it show the analytics on that specific post, like how much engagement they got, or is it just showing that they?
Yeah, you can't see how much they're spending or.
Well, not that, but like how many likes they got, how many comments they have, how many did it get shared? Did it show any of that, or just kind of show the verbiage?
Oh, that's a really good question. You can't, if you click on it from the Facebook ad library, you can't see it. But what you could do is go find that person's business page, follow it, and then you're probably going to get shown their ad just naturally because you're following them. And then you could see how many interactions they've had.
Gosh, or you could put it in Chat GPT and say, how many
You're right.
clicks does this get? And I'm sure
Yeah, right.
AI will tell you.
Yes.
I'm in the ad library.
Awesome. Okay, ad category right there.
Here,
Yes. All ads, and then real estate agent.
I hate Meta. I hate the way they're set up. Awful.
Okay, so you can kind of scroll down. These ads were just launched. So you can see it says starting running on February 5th, 2025. So these people are testing it. They have no idea if these ads are working or not. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then if you go up to filters, I believe you can filter by date. Yeah, so right here, we can see what's going on in 2008. So I would maybe say, like, let's say, what's been running since, let's say May of 2024. That's a good amount of time to go back.
Probably could have just typed in a couple of numbers. I'm gonna hit this button over and over again until we get to.
You could stop that.
So May 24.
Yeah, and then do to June 24. That way we're really, or maybe let's do like September 24. And then we can see which ads have been running. Yeah, that's perfect. And then apply.
Okay, so
So these ads have been running for that long. So we know that they're to AI enhanced report. Interesting.
I don't want to log in.
If you want to log in.
It won't let you,
No, it won't let you look at it unless you log in.
but I'm trying to log in and it won't.
You might have to get a new page, log in, and then try
I'm
it
gonna do
again.
And log into what?
Facebook.
Oh my
You just have to log into your Facebook personal account. But this is a cool little hack that any of you can do. You can just log into your Facebook account.
Oh,
Then you can,
oh, right.
It's basically, it's when you, all archaeology stuff all of a sudden.
We're not judging you. We're just, except Judge Freeze.
I'm tired.
Facebook.
Like a vintage sandals home.
Not judging, not
Okay,
judging.
starting with ad category, and then all ads.
Don't remember
real
that.
estate agents.
Now we're gonna get rid of this.
No.
Okay, then we gotta go back to the
Oh,
filters.
it's awful.
And you do this from your personal Facebook page, not your business page?
So
where do you go? Sorry, where do we go?
Yeah, Facebook ad library. Use
Yeah.
the Google search Facebook ad library.
Oh, I mean, I'm in Facebook. It's not anything.
So I would, let's see.
I'm getting there.
Starts in the ad center.
I don't know. I've always
All
just
ads.
Googled it. Just Google Facebook ad library. So everyone who runs Facebook ads needs to have a personal account, and then that personal account, in order to run ads, you are going to need a business page, and then you can run ads from that business page. So that you'll need an ad account. The ad account will be connected to the business page, and there's a lot of different ways to do it. This is kind of where it gets into the really nitty-gritty technical. I don't have time to cover all of it. But I will say in general, Facebook makes it really easy to boost a post. That's because they like to take money from small business owners. And sometimes those are actually effective, but the way that I run ads is I create a Facebook business portfolio. I give you an ad account, I connect it to your page, I put a pixel on your website if we're using your website. And then I'll create an engagement ad for Messenger so that people they look at the ad and then they go to Messenger. So it starts a conversation with you. And so there's like very specific settings on how you have to set that all up. That's how I run my ads. If you can track it, and then I can see exactly how much someone is spending to get a message in Messenger. So that's a really nice way to do it. The other cool thing about Facebook ads, if you ever want to try them, the cost of advertising for Facebook right now is the lowest it will be all year. And it will continue to rise, and it'll peak in fourth quarter, and then in January it drops dramatically. So the Facebook ads I'm running right now, my clients are paying half as much. Well, technically they're paying the same amount, they're just going to double the results right now.
because there's less, it's an auction, there's less people advertising. So if you wanted to run Facebook ads, this is a really good time to try it. Okay, so we've got some pictures here. The way I run ads too is, this is a script for like your face on a video. And then I like to add captions under it. I do that in CapCut. But you can also, I like to usually use multiple ad creatives and let Facebook decide which one people are responding to better. So you can scroll down a little bit.
Just gonna, Fidelity National Home Warranty is running ad after ad after ad.
Yeah.
They're running like that. I was trying to get away from them so we could see some of the realtors. But Fidelity National Home Warranty is like,
There's all of it there. Yeah.
it's like every single ad that's running. There's some personal stuff.
The impressions are good.
Tell me when to start.
Just keep going. I'm just looking.
Actually, do you do like website reviews?
Yes.
So you can look at it and go, here's what's wrong. This is what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had it done. I had it done recently and it was enlightening
That's cool.
to say the
You
least.
had someone just look at it and tell you.
Mhm,
what to
somebody
change.
that I know, and it was,
Awesome.
and we know each other personally, so he was really harsh and made me feel bad, and so I just said,
That's the
I'll
best.
wait.
That's the best kind of feedback.
You know, but I mean, I know that's a service. I just want to see if that's a service you provide. I mean, all of this is way above like what I want to do on a daily.
Yeah. Yeah. So if there's something you want to try and you don't want to do it, you can hire.
Okay.
I'm very confident in doing all these things. But I want to give you an option to work with me if you want to. I also want to give you the option to do some things for yourself. You know, that things that you can do yourself.
And she also dived into reach out just a hair when we first started talking about this stuff. She just got in there and looked at it just.
Yeah,
so-
the email marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the email marketing is great.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely a useful tool. It's kind of that staying top of mind.
Yeah.
It's sort of the same thing as like your social media
Yeah.
stuff.
This just goes on forever and ever and ever.
Yeah. But this is a good idea to see what's working. And
Something you can kind of cheat off of, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And you can see like this one right here.
Okay.
Thinking of buying or selling your home. We're your go-to resource, whether you're ready to find your dream home or you're looking to sell for top dollar. Our expert tools and guidance are here to help you every step of the way. Start your journey today. So that is similar to this script that I have here. But I like this script better because it says, a lot of them I've noticed is basically it's going to give you like I know you guys have words for it, but like a market report, is that the right real estate words for it? A lot of these will give a market report, but this is offering like a individualized, basically you're going to take their property, you're going to tell them what you think it's worth. Like that's kind of what they're looking for. And I love the part of it where it says, I would love the opportunity to earn your business, whether you're ready to sell now or only prepared for the future. I think that's just like a really inviting way, because there's people who do think this is not the right time. I'm not sure. I don't know what's happening with rates. And so they'll see that. This could lead to a lot of really good conversations with people. So this one is, I would love if someone did this kind of selfie style with your face, vertical, and then captions on it, because most people scroll Facebook with their sound off. And so you can do captions on this video so that they can see it. So, Nick, you guys have any questions?
Anybody online, do you guys have any questions? I'll open you guys can pop on the mic, or I'll open the chat if you want to do that. Any questions for Ashley before we call this a meeting?
Do you have your price sheet with you?
And you're not. But I can just give you a brief rundown. To manage a Google business profile is $200 a month. I post weekly on that. And then I also help with review campaigns. I respond to reviews. And then I help with citations, which is getting your profile mentioned in other places. So that's my Google business profile. Facebook ad management is $300 a month. And that's my fee. And then on top of that, you're paying Facebook your ad spend. So $5 a day, $10 a day is a really good place to start. So you're looking at probably like $600 a month all in for Facebook ads. I think that's a really good low entry way to do it. I manage Google local service ads for $300 a month, and then like Google AdWords is $600 a month, because that's just it's a whole new beast. And then I also do website development and SEO, but that's a very different conversation. So does that help?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Well, let's say thank you to Ashley for all this information. I hope you guys got something.
Thank you. Welcome. Thanks for having me.
I'm gonna pull this out. Let me get back over to here. And, thank you everybody for joining us online. Thank you for joining us in person. Thank you for coming and having breakfast. I think we ate most of the stuff, which is good. Have less to throw away. Somebody stole the trash can for the office. Yeah, the main trash can, they stole it. And I was driving down Rosedale yesterday, going to a client's house, and there was a trash can sitting on the sidewalk. And I looked and I was like, that's our trash can. So I put it in the back of my truck and brought it back.
Oh my God.
So now we have a trash can. So, but anyway, yesterday was kind of fun.
So now you need to change it down.
Day in Fort Worth. That is insane.
It is what it is, you know. Thank you guys for joining us online. Good to see everybody, and we will see you all soon. Take care.
I think the brats in Mexico jumped off.
Well, they probably got booted off.